Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is for this 3 granny square bag. If that is something you are interested in seeing, please stay tuned and we'll get right into the tutorial. To begin, I'm going to start by chaining 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch into the beginning chain to join like this. Now for row 1, chain 3, which counts as a first stitch. Then into the center of this circle, you're going to put 1 double crochet, like that. Then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the center again, you're going to put 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Now chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, then 2 double crochets into the center, 1 and 2. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochets all in that center, 1 and 2. Okay, now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch in the top of our first chain 3 to end this row. Okay, just like that. And this is our first square. So at this point you should have 4 groups of 2, and each chain 3 space counts as a corner. Now for row 2, you're going to slip stitch across to the chain 3 space. So you're going to slip stitch into the next double crochet, and you want to slip stitch very loose, and then slip stitch into the chain 3 space. All right, and now to start the second row, you're going to chain 3, which counts as our first stitch. Okay, now into that same chain 3 space, you're going to put another double crochet. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets all in that same chain 3 space. And that is going to be our first corner of row 2. All right, now in the next 2 double crochets, you're going to put 1 double crochet in each. Just like this. 1 and 2. And that takes us to the second corner where we're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. So it's 2, then 1, 2, 3 chains, and 2 double crochets all in that same space. All right, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, and that takes us to our third corner where we're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets all in that same space. Okay, now 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Now 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets into the last corner space. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And that's where we slip stitch, so it's a little tight. So you have to really push the needle through, or the hook rather. All right, and that takes us back to our first chain 3 where we began. We're just going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 to end this row. Like so. Okay, And this is what you should have at the end of row 2. All right, now for row 3, we are going to slip stitch again across to the chain 3 space. Okay, so slip stitch there, then slip stitch into the chain 3 space. Okay, and now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and in each row, this chain 3 is always gonna count as our first stitch. So it's a corner, so in the corner it's always going to be 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, and the first chain counts as our first double crochet. So this is what you should have in each corner. Okay, and from row 3 onwards, we are going to be working in groups of 6. So what that means is, okay, we're going to have these 2 stitches, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 to make 6. So this is our first 2. So then we're going to double crochet in the next 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, which should give us a total of 6. So with 2, 4, 6. Okay, so now you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, skip the next 2 stitches and work our corner stitch. So in the corner stitch, it's always going to be 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets, all in that same chain 3 space of the previous row, like that. All right, and now on this side again, we are going to work another group of 6. So we already have 2. So 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 to complete our group of 6. 6. Okay, now we're going to chain 2 and skip the last 2 stitches and work our next corner stitch, which is 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets, all in that same chain 3 space. And again, 1 in each of the next 4 stitches for a total of 6. 2, 3, 4, chain 2, then work our next corner stitch, 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. All right, and now work 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Okay, now chain 2, and you're going to skip the last 2 stitches and slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 to end this row. So at the end of row 3, this is what you should have. Now for row 4, you are going to slip stitch again all the way across to the chain 3 space. That's 1, and there. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and work your corner stitches, or your corner, which is 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, and again we are working another group of 6. It's always going to be a group of 6. So this is 2, so you know 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 to make 6. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should have 6, 2, 4, 6. Now chain 2, 1, 2. and you're going to put 2 double crochet. You're going to skip these 2 stitches and put 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space of the previous row. 1, 2, and now we're making another group of 6. So we have 2 there. We're going to put 1 in each of the next 2 stitches, which is going to make 4. And that brings us to our corner where we're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochets. 1, 2. So you see right here, along with the 2 from this corner and these 4, we have a group of 6 here as well. Okay, so on this other side, you're just going to do the same thing. So there's 2 double crochets, so you need 1 in each of the next 4 to make another group of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches and put 2 stitches into the chain 2 space of the previous row. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches to make 4. And then half of our corner, which is 2 double crochets, makes the other 2 for the 6. And we are working the corner, so that's 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets, all in that same chain 3 space. Okay, just like so. All right, and now 1 in each of the next 4 to complete the 6 on this side. So that's 2, 4, 5, and 6. Now chain 2, skip over the next 2 and put 2 into the chain 2 space. 1 in each of the next 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Then 2 in the corner. Chain 3 and 2 more double crochets, like so. All right, and then repeat. So that's 1 in each of the next 4 to complete our group of 6. And then chain 2, 1, 2, 2 into the chain 2 space of the previous row, and then 1 in each of the next. Because see, we're coming up to the end. We have 2 there, 2 here, and 2 there, which would complete our last group of 6. All right, so that is 3, 4, and then slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 to complete. So at the end of this row, this is what you should have. All right, and now for row 5, we're pretty much repeating the same thing we did in this row. So I'm going to slip stitch across to the chain 3 space to begin the next row. So chain 3, 1 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochets, 1, 2. So that's our first corner. And again, we are making groups of 6. So that's 2. So you know you're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 for a total of 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, just like so. Then chain 2, 1, 2, skip the next 2 stitches and 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space of the previous row, and that's the first 2 of our next group of 6. So now you put 1 in each of the next 4 stitches. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and that takes us, we have 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you chain 2, skip the next 2 and work your corner. 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. Okay, and this is going to be the start of our next group of 6. All right, so just follow this pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end of this row. At the end of row 5, this is what my square is looking like. Okay, so it's pretty much going to be the same for every row. Just going to slip stitch your way into the chain 3 space, chain 3, 2, 3, work your corner, which is the 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. And when I say 2 double crochets, I am counting this chain 3 as my first stitch. Okay, and then once you do that, you're working this direction, so you're going to make your first group of 6. So this is 2. We're not thinking about this side. We're working that way. So this is our first group of 6 starting. We have 2 stitches, so you know you're going to go into, make a double crochet into each of the next 4 for a total of 6, then chain 2, skip over this 2 and work 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, then work into the first 4 here, then chain 2, skip these 2, start your next group of 4 here. Okay, and then you're just going to keep doing that row by row until you have the desired size of your square. Okay, for this, you can make your squares small or big. It totally depends on how wide or how big you are going for with this bag. So I'm not sure how big I want it just yet. I'm gonna just keep going row by row, and then I'll decide how big based on the size of the square that I have, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this square, and then I'll come back and show you how many rows I got up to and what it measures. So that will be the very next clip. Okay, so let me finish this and then we'll move on. So I have completed my square. It is 10 rows and measuring about 10 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to make 2 more exactly like this. And then once I have those completed, I'll come back and show you how I'll put them together. My 3 squares are done. I decided to make my 3rd square a different color blue, just to give it another, I guess, just to break up the color a bit. But this one I'm gonna use as the bottom. All right, guys, so I decided to bring it to the floor so you can see how I will be attaching this bag. So these are all right side up. So what I'm going to do is to sew this side, these 2 sides together, then this 2 sides together. All right, now that all 3 pieces are attached, I'm just going to flip it over onto the wrong side and fold the bottom side up like this, and then fold the sides into a triangle like this. All right, so I'll go ahead and attach these 3 sides together just same way I did that side, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, now that the bottom and sides are attached, this is what I have. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go around the opening with a row of, well, maybe 4 or 5 rows of single crochet. And I'll just start at this end, go all the way down, up to this side, down, up, back to this side. So I'm just going around in a circle pretty much. And I'll do that for 5 rows. So I'll just attach it right here. Okay, just like that, and just one single crochet in each stitch all the way around for 5 rows. And then after that I will do the handles. Oops. And then weave in all my ends. Okay, so just like this, one single crochet in each double crochet all the way around. Then once I come back around, I'll go again for a total of 4 or 5 rows. Okay, so I have completed the edges on my bag. I went around for a total of, I believe, 4 rows. And what I'm going to do now is to cut off my tail and start on my strap. I could make the straps from here, just attach it, start crocheting from here, but I want to sew it down so it's more sturdy. So I'm going to cut off my tail and then make the strap separate, then sew it on, if that makes sense. Okay, so what I will do for the straps is just to make, let me move that. So what I'll do is just chain 6, and then I'll make it like 5 chains wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'll single crochet into the second stitch from the hook, then single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 5 stitches. Okay, and then I'll just do single crochet rows until I have the desired length of my strap, and it's just going to be one strap. And I haven't decided how long I want it yet, so I'll have to be checking as I go. Okay, so just one single crochet in each stitch and repeat back and forth until I have completed the length. All right, so that's all it's going to be for the strap. So I will come back and tell you when I'm done how long I made my strap, and then I'll show you how I'm attaching it. I've completed my straps. It is, I think, 25 inches long. And yeah, now I'm just going to attach it to the bag. I want to attach it like right here, but I'll attach it on the inside like this. So inside, and then I'll just sew it on. Okay, so just like this. Center it right over the hole that's right here. Center it as much as I can, and then just sew it down. All right, and with that, Just tie my ends together. All right, and then I'll just repeat this on the other side to complete the bags. All right, so this is my completed bag. Now that both straps are attached, this is what we have. Okay, so all that's left is to weave in all my ends and make a lining for the inside of the bag. That part is optional. You don't have to if you don't want to, but for me, I'm going to add a lining. And you could also make a 5 or 6 chain wide closure if you want to have a flap that goes over to close the bag. You put a button on this side. I don't think I'm going to do that part. I'm just going to leave it as is, but insert a lining inside. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.